Hey everyone, Ryan Hauser here. I just want to shoot this quick video and talk a little bit about what you link your pleasure and pain to, because what you link your pleasure and pain to is what determines your destiny, okay? Now, to give you a quick example in my own life, one of the happiest moments of my life that I can remember is back in, it must have been like 2000, I think it was about 2001. And I had moved to Vegas from Canada. We decided we wanted to move to Vegas. We basically shut down my sign company here in Canada and gave furniture away. I mean, just basically let people come into our house and take the furniture, just to save moving it and stuff like that. And anyways, we went to move to Vegas, and I had went with like very little money at the time. Like I think I took about $15,000. All right. Anyways, we got into our house and we were kind of living there, and money was tight, obviously, because I'd only went with that much, and I mean, here I have to support a family. And so we had bought like a $19.99 pool, swimming pool, one you blow up with air. And I remember actually I just seen it last week at a store, and so I was telling my new wife the story, and it was $24.97 here in Canada. But anyways, we had blown it up, and we're sitting out in the backyard, and with the sun about 110 degrees in Vegas. And I had my little 1-year-old and my 3.5-year-old daughter in the pool and my wife in the pool. And I just remember leaning back, and I just remember being like, this is the life. This is happiness. And it was amazing because I've always been I've been in businesses, I've always made lots of money. And yet, why is it at the time I had the least amount of money, I actually was the most happiest? And forward ahead now to having everything. I was always raised, like you want to buy all these expensive things, you want to have these toys, you want to look a certain way to the outside world, and so basically that's what I shot for in life. And so from that moment of being in that pool and forward at 6 years now, I'm now a multimillionaire. I'm retired. I have $125,000 boat, $65,000 Corvette, $65,000 chopper, motorbike, $1 million home, and everything I ever wanted. There was not another physical thing that I had needed. And guess what? I wasn't sitting back there saying, this is the life. I was miserable. I ended up spiraling into a depression, ruining a great marriage, and then hibernating for a few years out on 200 acres living off grid. And it completely destroyed my life because I had linked so much pleasure to materialistic things when it's not who I am in my heart. Okay, so for instance, like they didn't excite me. So when I had everything, I mean, yes, it was fun to use or whatever, but it wasn't what made me happy. What makes me happy is helping others. All right, now you can take in one more example as far as in the weight loss niche. If you're overweight, okay, and you are linking pleasure to, say, candy, to chocolate, to soda, to things that you shouldn't be eating, okay, you're going to continue to stay overweight. And the quickest thing, not so much exercise or diet or anything, is just unlink the fattening foods, and do them one at a time. And start linking pleasure to something else. So when you have that craving of going into the pantry and grabbing some food or something to eat late at night, link some other pleasure to that, okay? So what it can be, I don't know what your hobbies are, but maybe link a hobby to it, something along those lines. And same with pain. So many of you guys link pain to things that you can easily control in life, okay? Like you link so much pain to paying a bill or to when bills come in, and that's why you have a struggle paying the bills, okay? Like you need to unlink pain from certain areas of your life. Like you link pain on having to be consistent online. Well, I'm sorry, but you have to be consistent online to make it. Think about it. When you learn to walk, if you stopped being consistent at walking, or if you stopped being consistent at trying to walk, you'd be 50 years old right now and you wouldn't be able to walk. Okay? And it's no difference than if you just stopped walking for 5 years. You wouldn't be able to just get up and walk again. You would have to learn your balance and stuff all over again. Okay, there's nothing in your life that you don't have to be consistent of. The fact is, you only stay consistent at the stuff that people force you to stay consistent at. but you need to decide what you stay consistent at. Okay, the reason you go to work every single day, if you do, is because your boss tells you have to or you're going to get fired and you have to have that money to pay bills. Well, why don't you say to yourself, I have to have financial freedom, so I have to work 30 minutes every single morning with my online business. And no matter what, no matter how little income is, I'm going to stay consistent at this business, whatever you pick, and you're going to do it every single day for a year, and that is how you're going to make it online. All right, so basically the point of this video is, like most of my videos, is being consistent online, but also try to be alert to what you link your pleasures and what you link your pains to. And if you're linking your pleasures to something that long-term wise is giving you a negative effect, then erase those links. Stop linking those certain pleasures that are giving you that. Okay? And same with pain. If you're linking pain to a certain area that is stopping you from growing, all right, then you need to disable that link as well. Okay? And it's really that simple, guys. You just need to make up your mind, but you need to be conscious of what's happening. And when you're conscious of what's happening, for instance, if you were to link pleasure to eating late at night, but if you constantly understand it, constantly understand the link that you have there, now from here on out, what we call the reticular activator is activated, and now every time you're going to eat at night, you're going to remember that link. And hopefully, you're strong enough to now disable that link. And don't worry about your weight. Don't worry about getting on the scale every day type thing. But just worry about the links and disabling the ones that cause you pain that you right now have linked to pleasure, and vice versa. Change them up, and over time your life will change. Your online world will go better. Your weight, appearance, whatever the heck other links and pains that you have will all start to sort themselves out. But you got to zone in on the problem, understand where your links are, and that way you guys can control them. So I hope this has helped some of you in there, maybe hit home with a few of you, and will help you kind of, change some of your mindsets on how you're thinking to hopefully make it easier for you to make decisions in your weak moments. All right, so that's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao.